Peace and love, family. Peace and love. We're tuning in live today from Washington. I really want to simplify. I really want to simplify how to go through and remove collections from one's report. I feel as if there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of raw out there. There's a lot of fluff out there. I'm gonna give you guys the direct steps you need to take. Right, you guys can do this for yourself. Thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars in collections can be simply removed by yourselves for free. You guys don't need anybody on your behalf, no company to help you guys with these steps, right? With what I'm about to cover here on today's video, I really want to simplify how to go through and remove collections. I feel as if collections is something that all of us either are going through, have gone through, or know somebody that is going through or has gone through as well too. And so, you know, we can be able to help those around us. We can be able to help self. In order to be able to help those around us, you first must be able to help self. So, you know, I know a lot of people do have collections, so I want to go through how to simplify it. And, you know, first step is going to be going out and ordering your guys' consumer report. Drop a 1 in the chat box if you guys have an official copy of your guys' consumer report from the last 2 to 3 months, right? From the last 60 to 90 days, who has a recent consumer report showing the accounts that are on your report, showing hard inquiries, soft inquiries, right? I'm talking about official reports, not reports from Credit Karma. You know, I'm talking about reports either from, I'm gonna give you guys a couple different sites. Report.ftc, which is a free website where you guys can go and order an official report from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, the main 3 consumer reporting agencies. Go through, order your reports through there. That's going to be step 1. Drop a 1 in the chat if you've ordered one within the past 2 to 3 months, the past 60 to 90 days. We're tuning in currently from Washington. We're out in the Spokane area. Very beautiful out here. Everything's coming back to life. Peace and blessings, Theo. Hope all is well. BJ, he's about to commit to Eastern Washington, so we're gonna be coming up here a lot. Definitely, you know, would love to have you come out here and catch some games as well. So it's gonna be a good time. It's beautiful out here, but step 1, ordering those reports, right? We gotta order those reports. We gotta know what's on our consumer report. We gotta know what's inaccurate. We gotta know what these consumer reporting agencies are reporting. You know, a lot of times they've invaded one's privacy. They'll report medical information. Right? You guys have medical information, and a lot of times those will go to collections, and a third-party debt collector will come to you to attempt to collect this alleged debt, right? How did they even get your information in the first place? The questions we got to be asking ourselves is, how do they even get this information in the first place? All of it's an invasion upon one's privacy. Look into the FCRA, the FDCPA, the congressional findings within there will tell you guys, you know, that, and they'll talk about and put emphasis on how there's been an invasion upon a consumer's right to privacy. So once we get in tune with just simply congressional findings alone, that'll help us throughout our steps that we're going to be taking going forward. So step 1, ordering the reports. Even just the language that I use a lot of times in my letters are all coming from the congressional findings. The congressional findings, if you're not aware of what congressional findings is what Congress found when they passed these acts and these subchapters that we're covering. So specifically, you know, while communicating with Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, we're going to be wanting to use the FCRA, that's dealing with consumer reporting agencies, and that's 15 USC 1681. So that's, you know, the basics and the foundation that we got to understand is these subchapters, the names of them. You know, the FCRA itself tells you everything that you need to know. Fair Credit Reporting Act. Someone wasn't being fair while reporting credit, so therefore Congress passed the FCRA so that consumers can put these consumer reporting agencies in place, because they are invading our privacy. They do report without our permissible purpose. Look at 15 USC 1681B. Right? And that's why consumer law is important to know. so that you can see how they're in the wrong. And as you guys are going out and discharging this debt, you guys are able to use the proper codes that will help you guys, just prove at the end of the day, it's not what you know, but it's what you can prove. Right? In the court of law, it's not what you know, but it's what you can prove. So we want to be able to prove these things, and by being able to prove them, you got to understand, these sub-chapters, and you don't got to fully master them. Go read them. And as you guys read through them, you'll be like, oh, they didn't ask for my permission. They never received, they don't have court jurisdiction, right? They don't have these things, but yet, they're still, reporting inaccurately. They're still, using unfair debt collection practices, etc. So, step 1, order the reports. Step 2, what I want you guys to do is look at the agreements, right? Look at the agreements. If it's a credit card collection, look at the agreement that you have with them. But look at the agreement that you have with them. Within the agreement, that's going to tell you everything that you need really to take the next steps. The next steps is going to be pre-arbitration. We're going to want to take these corporations through pre-arbitration, because pre-arbitration is states, and it will tell you very clear within there. Go read your arbitration agreement. Go find the credit card agreement. Go find the auto loan agreement. Go find the agreements that you have. Let me plug my phone in so we don't die now. But go find the agreements, because within the agreements is literally going to tell you guys if there's any claims, if there's anything that you don't agree with. How we're going to go about it is through arbitration. Going through arbitration, family, is going to cost them tens of thousands of dollars. They're not going to want to go through the arbitration process because they're going to be losing out on money. At the end of the day, these corporations don't care so much about, legalities and violating the law. That they care about money. They care about losing out on money. So when we start talking about, okay, now, you guys can either fix this reporting of this account, or you guys can, accurately report it, or we'll take you guys to arbitration. You guys can fix this, or we'll take you to arbitration. Giving them the ultimatums, it's either this or that, right? We're not giving them we're not allowing them to be in power, because they simply have no power. So we understand that the power is on our hands. We understand that from the beginning, and I put this in the description of every consumer credit transaction, the moment that our credit card is pulled, and remember, our credit card defined in truth in lending is any card, plate, or coupon book used to obtain money or property on services. Go look up 15 USC 1602, right? Our credit card is what's crediting all of these corporations. So from the beginning of them pulling our credit, they've already been credited. That's why, anything in collections, anything that's charged off, any alleged debt can be discharged. We're not obligated to paying any of these corporations, because from the beginning of them pulling our credit, using our credit card, pulling our credit, right? When they pull our credit, they use our social security number. Our social security number and our social security card is what's crediting these corporations. That's why that's why they're not able to do anything without that signature and without the social security number, is because the money's can't come from anywhere. The money can't come out of thin air. The money's got to come from somewhere. The money's coming, or we got to follow the paper trail. Great book I advise that all of you guys go read is The Creature from Jekyll Island, right? I've given this book out, referenced it multiple times, but The Creature from Jekyll Island, this will help you guys understand things from the accounting side, from the ledger side of the banks, and just how this whole Federal Reserve System was created as a whole, and how they themselves are a foreign entity, and how in order for them to even be doing business within the United States had to become a federal corporation themselves as well too, because we're not, if it was a republic still, then these foreign corporations would not be able to do business within this republic. But because since 1871, when the United States became a federal corporation, and I advise everybody to go look into the Act of 1871, and from there, everything became incorporated, and foreign corporations were able to do business on this land, such as the Federal Reserve. And so we got to just understand, above all else, ever since they've taken us off the gold standard, everything is credit, and the credit is coming from us. Credit is life, and debt is death, right? These corps are dead entities, and they can't originate or create anything, right? In order to create anything, you got to be a creator. We're creators. We create life, literally, right? Our seed creates life. right? So understanding that, we understand that all of the power is in our hands, and we're the one whom is extending them the power. So now knowing that, we got to know the proper steps to take, right? So we got to pull our reports, we got to check out the agreements, because through the agreements we got to read the arbitration agreement, the arbitration provision, the arbitration section where it talks about and breaks down arbitration. That's going to help us know the steps to take, and from there we'll draft up, I like to hit them with right away a notice of dispute. Use how you guys have been violated. Go through the FCRA, go through the FDCPA, 15 U.S.C. 681, 15 U.S.C. 692. Go through these subchapters, and you are the one who was present throughout the transaction, so you guys know which laws they violated. And from there, I want you guys to draft up a, type that into ChatGPT, so that ChatGPT can help you draft up a notice of dispute, so that you can send it out not only to the consumer reporting agencies, but also the creditors themselves as well too. All right, so we're going to put all of them on notice, the consumer reporting agencies and the creditors, right, and or the debt collectors as well too, if there's a debt collector involved. We're also going to put them in, we're also going to put them on notice as well too. The first step is a notice of dispute. What I send out with that notice of dispute is I'm sending out a copy as well too of an affidavit of truth, where I'm just citing all of the violations that I've spotted right away. In pursuant to 15 U.S.C. 681B, they never received permissible purpose from me, the consumer, nor did they receive court jurisdiction to furnish this information on my consumer report. Right, we're gonna go through all of 15 U.S.C. 681. I like 681S2. I like 681C2. There's a lot within the FCRA that I use within my affidavit, so we're gonna draft up an affidavit of truth. That affidavit of truth, we're gonna get notarized as well too, because a notary public holds more weight than a judge throughout, within the courtrooms. All right, so going out, putting them on notice, and sending the affidavit of truth right away. We're also going to send 2 forms of identification. I like to send in my passport along with the copy of my credit card. They already got access to the credit card. I'm going to send a copy of it, letting it be known that, I am the card holder of this credit card, and I'm going to send a copy of that and my passport, my non-citizen national passport card. Anytime anybody asks for identification, I'm always, I travel with my passport, right? So, notice of dispute, affidavit of truth, 2 forms of identification. We send that out certified mail. We wait for, a response. We give them about 5 to 10 business days. Throughout that time, though, we're not just waiting. We're not just going through day by day, just waiting for a response. We're sending out CFPB complaints, BBB complaints, right? These are other regulators of these corporations that we can go file complaints and get communication in 24 hours, in 72 hours, to where we can get deletions in 24 to 72 hours. We can get deletions, in a lot quicker time, rather than just waiting to hear back from these, certified mail, letters that we're sending out. Go through and use the online complaints as well too. Use the online complaints to your advantage. Use the attorney general of whatever state you guys are in as well too. The attorney general will reach out to that company, and if you guys send out a cease and desist, which I highly advise you guys do right away, break down the FCRA, break down the congressional findings, break down the definitions, break down how they've used unauthorized use of your credit card, right? How you've received no benefit in them, going out about business the way that they have. All right, read and really understand the true definitions of these words, because once again, the term unauthorized use, if you hear that, you may think, okay, how could they be in the wrong for that? What do you mean specifically by that? Go read it, and you guys will truly understand what I'm referring to, right? Furthermore, family, the next steps that we're going to take, and if you guys aren't going out and taking advantage of the online complaints, then don't expect to get results, like this. Expect for it to take some time, because, it's going to take reaching out to them and communicating from different angles to get a lot of times what you guys are looking to get done, especially if you guys are looking to get it done in a quick, in a timely manner, that a lot of you guys are looking to get them done. That 30-day mark, that 45-day mark. A lot of you guys are looking to get quicker results when it comes to getting deletions from collections. And yes, it can be done, and it is done very often. Doing it the proper way, not only sending out the letters, right, the notice of dispute, the affidavit of truth. I'm talking about an affidavit right away, right off the bat, first time in communication with these companies, right, the debt collectors, the creditors, right. We put them on notice with the notice of dispute and, an affidavit of truth. that's notarized, and a non-citizen national passport card, and the credit card, showing and letting it be known, yo, I'm aware, and within the affidavit, I'm letting it be known, that I'm aware that I'm the holder in due course, that I'm the one whom is crediting that these corporations. I'm letting it be known that I'm well aware of the power that I hold within this affidavit, that I'm just simply, citing the facts of how they've violated my rights, sending that out. Then on top of that, I'm sending out the online complaints. The online complaints is where I'm in communication with them, exercising a lot of the cease and desist, a lot of the things that I've already mentioned within the affidavit of truth, but now I'm just breaking these down into letters. I like to, right after cease and desist, debt validation. A lot of you guys, skip over debt validation, fits in USC 1692G. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure let's get the likes up as well too. We've had lots of people coming in and out of this live, and all I ask of you guys, as you guys take this exchange of energy, this energy exchange of information, all I ask in exchange is a like, so that more people can get in tune with this information, right? That's why I come here every single week, to provide this information for the masses, right? So that more people can go out and do for self. Because the more that we're doing for self, the more that we're getting results, and not paying companies, or if you don't have the funds, spreading yourself too thin, looking to pay a company to fix your report when you can do for self, right? That just shows the power that is, within each and every single one of us, and that, we all hold and possess, right? We hold the power, and that's why, and that's what I'm real big on with my teachings, is just simply showing you guys, the divinity that's within each and every single one of you guys, and how these corporations simply have no power. They've simply just deceived us, from knowing the power that's within us, and that's how they continue to hold power. But it's time for us to come back and get reparations. It's time for us to not only get these accounts deleted, but get remedy as well too. Don't be afraid to talk money with these companies. That's where a lot of you guys go wrong, is, don't be afraid to ask for, a certain amount of compensation for damages that they've incurred on your guys' livelihood, right? This is your guys' real life that we're referring to. I've heard, stories that, I can go on and on. I'll probably make a vlog one day of just stories I've heard of clients, no names, but just stories I've heard of clients that are going through certain things when it comes to their credit, about to lose cars, about to lose homes, their wife's about to leave them, right? So many different things, stories I've heard when it comes to people being in debt. And, we're just letting a lot of these companies slide. A lot of times, people will just pay somebody to get it, simply them deleted. When not only can we get them deleted, we can go and we can get reparations, we can get paid for this as well too. And that's what what my teachings are real big on within the university, within just the YouTube, within all of the membership levels. Within the membership levels, the only thing that separates the membership levels is just more step-by-steps, more, for my visual learners. I just got more teachings and lectures and things put together for you guys within these memberships. And then within the online course at university, that's more just simply showing you guys exactly what you need to do, A through Z, on how to get paid from having bad credit. If you got anything that's negative on your report, YBS University is not only going to show you how to get it deleted, but it's going to show you how to get paid for it as well too. And that's what we're big on, is getting paid. A lot of you guys got and are working, hours and hours just to get, a paycheck to pay off, more bills or more debt, when, for this debt that is on our reports, we can get it discharged, and then we could also get paid for it as well too. For the inaccurate reporting, for the deceptive debt collection practices, for the unfair debt collection practices, right? So we got to understand how to read these agreements, what to look for. All right, the arbitration agreement, the arbitration clause. We want to look at the finance charge as well too. We want to look for the truth and lending disclosure. The truth and lending disclosure is going to talk about and show you guys how we've already credited them. Furthermore, family, we got to understand, how to talk money to them once again. So, what I mean by talking money, we got to understand how to take them, and let them know and put them on notice. After we've put them on notice, after the notice of dispute, we want to next let them know, okay, the next steps is going to be pre-arbitration. We're going to inform you guys, okay, we've already put you on notice. Now that we put you on notice, and these are things you could literally simply type into ChatGPT and help you draft up a pre-arbitration letter. informing these corporations that, you know, we've already put them on notice of the inaccurate reporting, and our next steps are, you know, and they've left us nothing but to take them through arbitration. So this is going to be the last and final chance to settle, you know, and, you know, the damages that they've incurred for the inaccurate reporting. You know, you guys can cite all the violations that you guys have found and spotted within your pre-arbitration. You guys can break down that they're going to be paying for your filing fees as well as their filing fees. They're going to be having to pay for an arbitrator, right? Within the university, I got a video where I break down all of the fees, all of the fines, everything that they're going to be paying in a letter, in a format, and a template for you guys that you guys can send out directly to them. And once we break down the fines, once we break down the fees that they're going to be paying on their end, that sun is kicking. Once we break down and start talking money, they're going to be paying over tens of thousands before we even go through and settle what we're looking to get settled. And we're not even talking about the damages, right? On top of the, you know, fees and all of the filing fees, paying for an arbitration attorney, you know, on their behalf, right? Paying all of these fees that they're going to be having to pay. We haven't even settled, you know, the damages that they've incurred from the inaccurate, from the unfair, from the deceptive reporting of these accounts on my consumer report. And this is all language that's verbatim within 15 USC 1692 and 1681. I really kept you guys within the FCRA and the FDCPA today. Really haven't mentioned too much of truth in lending, equal credit opportunity, or any of the other subchapters. So once again, when it comes to collections, those are going to be the two subchapters that you guys are going to focus, that you guys are going to use within your online complaints, right? Once we get a response back, now the next step is going to be pre-arbitration. And once we get a response back via mail from the notice of dispute and the affidavit of truth, once again, that's going to be 5 to 10 business days. From there, right away, we want to draft up a pre-arbitration letter. You have ChatGPT help you draft that up again as well too. You know, if you don't know the fees and the filing fees, go to adr.org. They have a PDF that will break down how much it costs, you know, to file, how much it'll cost them, you know, all the fees and everything on their end that they're going to be, you know, covering and having to pay for when it comes to going through arbitration. So all you guys got to simply do is go to adr.org, and then you guys could go to the consumer section, go to filing arbitration. You guys can file through there. You know, there's a fast file. It'll take you 5 minutes to file arbitration. It's $225 to file, right? So you guys just got to simply read it. It's pretty simple. So that's the pre-arbitration. With the pre-arbitration, I'm also going to invoicegenerator.com. Through invoicegenerator.com, I'm drafting up invoices and I'm sending them out invoices. Just like they send us invoices, I'm sending them invoices as well. You know, seeking the remedy, seeking the damages that they've incurred on my livelihood, seeking, you know, not only that, but the filing feedback as well too, the $225 that I had to pay for, you know, if I do go through with arbitration. So I'm including that. I'm including the damages, you know, and I'm including just the chance to settle. Typically, I'll go anywhere from 6,000 to 9,000 right away within the pre-arbitration. You guys can go about however you guys want, especially if it's an auto loan. You guys can go a little bit higher. You know, I typically like to stay within that range of 6 to 9. I have gone up to 15,000. That's typically the highest that I will go up to, though, 15,000 through pre-arbitration and me looking to settle through there. If they're not willing to set up, they're being complicated, then I'll up the score on them and send them even a higher amount for remedy. And once again, for me, this isn't financial advice. These are just experiences, things I've done, you know, things that me and my clients are doing. I have a client right now that's going through arbitration, and he's going to be the next story as well too. He's got a student loan that he's getting removed from his report. So we're going through, and I believe the date for it is the 24th. So I'll keep you guys updated with that. Really keeping that non-disclosed right now, more so until we get the final results. But, you know, definitely want to inform you guys, and I'll keep you guys updated after the 24th with everything with that. But I am going to be traveling as well too here to the Philippines on Monday. So we got a lot of things, a lot of travels. I've been traveling a lot. I've been in Philly the past week, New York, back and forth to New York. Had a lot of business meetings in New York. Met with, you know, some big influencers out there and some people that we're going to get a lot of things in works. So I got, you know, some great things coming for all of you guys, some great collabs coming for you guys. providing just more information, more insight. Crypto has been going, it's been having lately, so that's beautiful. This is a time that 10 years from now, 15 years from now, you guys are gonna wish if you didn't, and if you haven't invested into the crypto markets, you guys are gonna wish you guys have had invested at this time, specifically because of what crypto is doing right now. It's selling off, it's on sale. It's just like shopping, for any designer store, vintage stuff, all on sale, right? 50% off, 30% off. It's way better than shopping, full price. And that's what a lot of times you guys do because that's when it's, hyped up in the news, or, you guys are seeing it mainstream, right? There's a reasoning as to why, but understand what goes up must come down, right? There's duality to everything. But above all else, family, next steps is going to be pre-arbitration. From pre-arbitration, simply after that, we're going to take them through arbitration. What I want to put a lot of emphasis upon, though, from the notice of dispute, and after we send out the first package, the notice of dispute, and the affidavit, we really got to be putting a lot of emphasis on the CFPB complaints and the Attorney General complaints, as well as the Better Business Bureau complaints. I'd advise as well, too, you draft up an FTC report. FTC reports, especially for collections, help collections. If you guys got AT&T, if you guys got T-Mobile, that FTC report will get rid of that, in 30 to 45 days. It'll wipe that clear before you guys know it. So I do advise, definitely, if you guys got those telephone ones, to use that FTC report, and that'll help you guys get that gone in a matter of no time. Let's see, what else? Let me get this water. We about out of it. So let's see, anything else? It's so beautiful here. Pre-arbitration, y'all just gotta know how to, y'all really just gotta go to the website. Go to adr.org. Don't overcomplicate it. Read through the website. They got PDFs that tell you exactly how to file it. If you want to learn, and if you're a visual learner, you want more insight, join the mob. On the mob, I believe I got a pre-arbitration video. I got a video where I break down adr.org, how to navigate throughout it. I believe I'll show you guys how to file online as well through adr.org. So, I'm talking about thousands of dollars, right? And if y'all don't believe me, go look at the Discord, look at the testimonial chat. There's people in there that I've never been in communication with, never seen their face, never heard of them, but they've been in tune with my teachings, and they've been applying it, and they've been getting the results, up hundreds of points. Never spoke a word to these people, right? And I'm going to be going live with them as well, because I know a lot of, and everybody, and how I like to just go about my business in general, would rather see rather than hear. And that's all that I'm about, is just simply showing you guys, right? And not showing you guys, anything in terms of monetary fees. Y'all don't see me flashing things. All right, there's no need for any of that, all right? That's all just debt. I'm here to show you guys how to get debt out of you guys. Not how to get out of debt, but how to get debt out of you guys. It's something that's instilled in a lot of us, that we got to get it out of us. All right, fam, I'm gonna walk into this little gym right now out here in Washington. Let's answer some questions real quick. I need your Telegram link. Text 305-575-2843, and I'll go ahead and get you that Telegram link. I'll get you the Discord link. Well, we just got a public Discord. In order to get the Telegram link, you got to be within the university. I was one who called. Okay. So you are in the university already. Okay, for NAF. Text me right now, right after this live. Just text me a confirmation of your email so that I know it's you, and I'll send you over the Telegram channel. We are actually going to be hosting a call tomorrow, so that would be great for you to go ahead and get in tune with that. Trying to get this right this year so I can finally get out of my mom's. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. All right, let me text 305-575-2843. If you guys got any questions, looking to set up a 10-minute consultation call, you guys can go to billionairesclub.com. That's Billionaires Club with a V as in Victor.com, and through there you guys can schedule a call, 10-minute call with either me or one of my assistants, and we'll be able to help assist any questions that you guys have, any process that you guys are looking to take. I'd advise that you send them over information prior to it so we can send you over an audit. This audit will simply break down everything on your report. We'll send you over an email that will show us and you what's on your report so that we can go into the 10-minute call. You can come with questions and we'll already know what's on your report, and we can put a plan in action to help you take the next steps to getting the help that you need when it comes to these accounts being removed from your guys' consumer report. So collections, very simple. Michael, reach out to me, brother. We'll go ahead and hop on a call later on this evening. And anybody else, feel free to reach out once again to 305-575-2843. Drop a 3 in the chat if you guys were tuned in this whole live, and if this live was helpful with helping you guys simplify how to go through and remove collections from your guys' consumer report, right? We wanted to simplify how to remove collections from y'all consumer report, because a lot of you guys have them or know somebody that has them but don't know how to get rid of them. All right, so drop a 3. I see 4 Neff, definitely gain some value, dropping 3s. 333. Carlos Hill tuned in. Peace and love. Michael Ricotta. Yeah, perfect. So pretty simple steps that we take when it comes to the removal of collections, right? Notice of dispute, affidavit of truth. Throughout the time that we're waiting for that, we're gonna be, and I forgot as well to mention, when you send out the second packet, the second round, the pre-arbitration, we want to send in the arbitration agreement as well too. So anytime we talk about arbitration, we're gonna send out the arbitration agreement with that as well too. I'd also send in another copy of the affidavit of truth as well too. You're already sending a package, send a copy of that as well too. So have multiple copies of the affidavit of truth. Once you do get it notarized, you guys can just go make copies of it. But what I did want to put emphasis on, after the notice of dispute and after you guys have sent out the first packet and you guys are waiting for the response, make sure you guys are going through and using the FDCPA, through the CFPB and the Attorney General specifically. And then when it comes to collections, file those FTC reports. The account's already closed, file that FTC report. You're reporting fraud. You guys go to reportfraud.ftc, and that's another way you could file an online complaint through the Federal Trade Commission. The Federal Trade Commission is who and what regulates all these banks, financial institutions. So they're clearly in the wrong. They're clearly violating y'all know our rights in which they are violating. That's why Title 15, Chapter 41, the title of it itself tells you everything. Consumer Credit Protection Act, not Consumer Debt Protection Act, right? There's no subchapter to protect or no laws passed to protect debt, right? No, because debt is an illusion. We got a book coming soon called Debt is an Illusion. That's a huge project I've been working on. We have already 5 children's ebooks released on truth and lending, really breaking down all of these teachings. We already got the children's ebooks. So if you guys are looking to get access to any of these, they will be available on creditgotti.com, which is going to be releasing here to the public very soon. I'm looking to provide them for as little as $11.11. All right, no more than $11.11. Some of them are going to be $5 children ebooks, to where all of you guys can just go purchase them. You guys are looking to get early access to them, I'll get you guys them for $22 early access. We're going to be releasing creditgotti.com though. We'll be releasing that here within the next 2 months, right? No, we're not really stressing it too much, but definitely want to have that done and released very soon, and it may even come sooner. So definitely within the next 2 months. So but as I go out to the Philippines, we're going to be putting a lot of emphasis on being able to help you guys and help more of a larger scale of people as a whole. with the things that I'm going to teach them out there. We're going to get a lot more things automated. So if they don't delete, then what? If they don't delete, then you'll take them through arbitration. Arbitration, something's going to be settled. You know, something's got to be settled through arbitration. That's the whole point. Arbitration is like going through court. You know, it's court outside of court. All right, read up on arbitration a little bit more. Get familiar with it. You guys could ask ChatGPT to simplify it, break it down for you guys. What does arbitration mean? Read the arbitration agreement you guys have. Let's not overcomplicate it, family. It's court outside of court. It's, you know, a way of filing a claim. If you don't agree with anything, you know, this is how you settle it. You know, so through the agreement you have with them, it states if you don't agree with anything, if there's any claims, anything you feel is inaccurate, we'll go through arbitration. Arbitration, though, costs tens of thousands of dollars on their behalf to find an arbitration attorney, the filing fees, right? Everything, all the fees involved, you know, any, right? Go through the, I'd advise, invest to yourself. Go through the university. We got a template that breaks down the filing fees. Go through ADR.org, right? ADR.org, that's the American Arbitration Association website. Through there, it's going to tell you guys all of the fees, you know, everything that they're going to be paying, right? Tens of thousands of dollars. When we're talking about a collection account of $500, $1,200, $2,000, and we're talking about, okay, for the reporting, I want you to remove it so they're not going to get anything, and I want $9,000 for, or else, you know, I'll take you through arbitration, right? So let's simplify it. Yep, it's an auto loan or a repossession. That's just like a collection or charge-off. So same exact steps, especially if they've repossessed it. That's just going to be a lot more on the FDCPA side. So a lot more 15 USC 1692, you know, and you'll find plenty of laws in which they violated. Look in 1692E, 1692K for the remedy, 1692 A and B, the definitions for sure. 1692G, you know, debt validation. Have them validate the debt. You know, it talks about there's a code within the FDCPA for unfair debt collection practices. There's one for abusive practices, and there's one for deceptive practices, and that's 1692E. I believe unfair is 1692F. Something like that. You know, just go look up 15 USC 1692, look up the overview of the FDCPA, and you guys will go and be able to find minimum 5 to 10 if you got a repossession, you know, and then use the FTC report. FTC report will help you tremendously with the repossession as well. Make sure you don't skip a step. Don't overcomplicate it. Send out that first package. You know, while waiting to send out the second package, send out those online complaints. Then send out the second package. All right, family. Y'all bless you. Peace and love. Credit God, he's out.